I was thinking recently, man, this is a trip. So check it. I have a diploma in theater arts. Now, like most, graduates of an institution, there are some pros and there are some cons. Now, when I first went into theater school, the ripe age of 17, I went in with a hunger for acting, with a bit of a resistance towards singing and dancing. This was a musical theater program that I enrolled in college. And I was just horny and gung-ho and rootin' tootin' shootin', ready, to rock that motherfucking stage as an actor, thespian extraordinaire. Some of my heroes, Denzel Washington, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, yeah, those are the ones that stick in mind. Plenty of other great ones. Some current favorites of mine, Joaquin Phoenix, Colin Farrell, I'm blanking right now. I wasn't always the greatest actor. I used to be drunk and high a lot in class. Anyway, we'll get to that. But suffice to say, I was really fucking rootin', tootin', shootin', gung-ho, chomping at the bit. Chomping at the bit. To rock that motherfucking stage as a thespian extraordinaire. Well, wouldn't you know it, like I said, it was a musical theater program. So there was singing, dancing, shooking and jiving, bunch of fucking shit that make you sick to your stomach. My stomach would just retch, I just got a knot right in my stomach, the butterflies, little stage fright. Or maybe like the DTs or withdrawals. I don't know what it was. I used to show up to class drunk and high a lot. A few times anyway. But, suffice to say, I hated every second of singing, dancing. The picture I'm trying to paint is I was young, dumb, full of cum, and I had my resentments. You know what I mean? I wasn't quite on board to do the work. The work to train as a singer, to train as a dancer. I was only 17. I had, the opportunity was right before me, but I had it made up in my mind, I don't want to do that shit. And it speaks to the truth of who I am. It's not really my bag, even though today I do enjoy singing and I do enjoy, dancing, shuffling around, sweating to the oldies. Don't you take me to no disco. That music don't soothe the soul like my old time rock and roll. Ah. Don't take me to no fucking disco. I don't want to be dancing and shit, but I don't mind, bobbing my head and two-stepping and, crip walking and shit to a tune that I like. I can do that. Belt out a tune or two. But at that time, I was just closed-minded, unwilling to learn how to sing, how to dance. This is London, this is France, there's your fucking underpants. I just wanted to be an actor. You know what I mean? And I was top of the class at that, man. Can't touch this. I was fucking dynamite in the sack as an actor to this day, as you can obviously tell. So my attitude was kind of shit to begin with. But I was thinking about, one of the travesties of my educational tenor, or whatever the fuck the word is, one of the, fail to launch, pre-ejaculated, fucking impotency of my fucking college days, and what a lot of graduates kind of reflect on with, across fields with like, resentment and bitterness, even though I don't have none of that. I'm just really reflecting on the craziness of it. See, the biggest problem for the artist is how to monetize it. How do you make money with your art? Art is needed. Do you or do you not enjoy watching a film? Do you or do you not enjoy watching television? Now, I know you probably don't like commercials, but let's say you do shit your pants one day as you get older. Wouldn't it be nice to turn on a fucking TV channel and see some old guy like, I used to be a real fucking loser until my wife told me about Depends undergarments for men. Now when I'm out with the fellas, having a coffee at A&W at 5 o'clock in the morning, as old people are known to do, indefinitely. When I'm walking around the mall in my fucking, New Balance walking runners, I can shit my pants till the cows come home, thanks to my Depends undergarments for men. And you see some old fogey, struggling to like, pull up a pair of fucking Depends underwear. Like, isn't it nice to have commercials when you need them? You know what I mean? So like, who don't like commercials? Who don't like television? Who don't like film? Who don't like stage? Who don't like theatrical entertainment? Right? So yeah, it's an industry. And the failure to launch in my program, and I think it's reflected in many arts programs and also in a lot of other career fields, is the setup that education is the end all and the be all. I was already a dynamite actor in the sack before I went to this fucking college. Not to say I didn't learn a thing or two. I did learn a thing or two. But I was already dynamite in the sack at fucking acting. You know what I mean? So what were they really teaching me? And what they could teach me, I was closed-minded to, like the dancing and the singing. And even some of the acting stuff. Let's just chalk it up to what it was. I was drunk half the time. But the main fucking failure and craziness that I see in the situation is like, they string us around for 2 years in this acting class. And towards the end of the program, we had audition technique class. It was a class geared up for auditioning techniques for the actor. And I would assume, well, I wouldn't assume, I was in the class. Like, there was also an undercurrent of like, basic business practice and etiquette. And they would cover things like just dumb shit, like when you walk into a room to audition, how you state your name is important. The casting director can tell by your utterance of your own name whether or not you have the confidence in order to perform the task. So like, we would do exercises where we would just like repeat our name. Hello, my name is Jonathan Ramcharan. I'll be performing a piece from the musical Sweeney Todd. Suck my dick, tap dancing, la-da-doo-da-da-da, ballet bullshit, need-a-doo, lick my balls, I'm a fucking thespian. You'd have to go in front of the fucking class and, hello, my name's Jonathan Ramcharan, and I'm here to sing a number from Hamilton. Wrong! I don't believe you! Say it again! Hello, my name's Jonathan. Wrong! I don't believe... It's like, they weren't quite slapping and yelling at me, but like, literally, that was like the class. You would walk into the class and state your name. Hello, my name is Jonathan Ramcharan, and I'm here to perform a piece from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Like, I paid money to learn this, and it's just nonsense. Like, I know that now in hindsight. And they neglected to emphasize that this is Show business. There's a business. It's larger than how you state your fucking name, what color t-shirt you wear. They actually fucking suggested that, whenever you're auditioning, you should wear a bright white dress shirt and, semi-business casual slacks, preferably black, but, a dark maroon or navy or khaki will do. I remember on our final year project, they told us, make sure that when you're auditioning at this end of the year audition, make sure to wear your white t-shirt with, again, maroon, navy, dark black pleated pants, as if it fucking matters. I'm an artist, pal. What do you like, the merchandise or what, bitch? Like, come on. I'm not singing for my supper here. You're looking at fucking, Variety Fair, fucking Forbes 500, fucking, Oscar contender here, Jonathan Ramtram, who gives a blood clot fuck what color my fucking shirt is, buddy? Sit down, shut up, and let me show you what this fucking acting thing's all about, you fucking mongoloid, and again, I was half in the bag, as a young thespian, little, wasn't all there always, all the time, as many thespians are prone to be known as. So anyway, in that end of the year program, when you're supposed to wear the white shirt and the fucking pleated pants and the fucking loafers, I roll in there with a fucking canary yellow fucking Tweety bird. I thought I saw a putty cat. I did see a putty cat. I'm wearing a fucking canary yellow shirt, similar to this, just like a long sleeve cotton shirt. And, as I dwell upon it now, all these years later, I rocked that audition. I got a little bit of work. I got a few gigs, and they're all shit. Some fucking whack-ass play that I did. Then I got a gig at... Actually, I kind of like this one. I had this, recurring gig at the library. It was, children's theater. I got to play a dog. Bow wow wow and woof woof woof, and this is how I talk. I played a dog at the library for the kids, Got to understand trick love the kids, I was doing little fucking shows for kids and shit at the library. It was actually quite fun. I won the best actor award from some 5-year-old. I thought his mother was hitting on me actually. I was I was in my dog outfit, right? I was in my dog costume, right? I get off stage, right? I was about to go have a cigarette, right? I was like, ugh, these fucking kids, right? And I'm about to light up a cigarette and I'm in my dog costume. This woman comes up to me. She's like, somebody has something that they want to say to you. I'm like, this bitch hitting on me? I'm like, spit it out. Like what? I'm single, all right? You want to, single and ready to mingle. What's up? She's like, no, somebody has something they want to say to you. And then peeking out from behind his mother's butt. I guess he was hid behind her butt, by her leg and her gams, her butt and her legs. And her, he's standing behind his, how kids are. They're only 2 foot tall, right? So he's peeks out of his mother's butt crack, this little fucking 5-year-old. I was like, hey, what's up, buddy? He goes, actor. And he hands me a piece of paper that said, best actor. Some little 5-year-old awarded me the best actor in the dog show as I was playing a dog. So, that was pretty moving. So there have been a lot of milestones in this career of mine. But, as I reflect on, that audition where, they said, oh, you must wear a white shirt. And I go and I wear a canary yellow shirt. And then they're pressing on you to say your name a certain way. My name is so-and-so. If that's going to be some indicating factor whether or not you're a competent actor, performer. You know what I mean? fucking, just outlandishly absurd. And the actual business of the performer was like wildly overlooked, where it's like, it was alluded to, but like really you need to cultivate your own material. You need to put projects together for yourself. You need to work on your business relationships. You need to be able to come out of your comfort zone in order to network. And networking sounds phony, but it's really just being open and connected to like-minded people. I mean, don't just walk up to any old fucking person who is in the arts and thrust them a business card and go, I'm so-and-so. I play tiddlywinks professionally. Maybe you can get together with me and we can do a tiddlywink production or whatever the fuck, right? Like, be sincere, be aware of the people you are dealing with when you network. But I mean, like any business skill, like we should have taken a business class, business etiquette, business theory, entrepreneurial tactics 101, shit like that, rather than state your name to the class. My name is Jonathan. I'm going to be singing a song from West Side Story. Or like, ooh, do you like my fucking button-up Oxford shirt? Is that going to make you give me a job? Stupid, right? So, that was the failing of that program. It really had no depth of business reality. I mean, in all fairness, they had some very great instructors, like the singers, the dancers, the acting coaches. But like, what was it all geared towards? It was geared towards what? Community theater? Which is cool, but I mean, we were going to school to be professional performers. Not these hat in hand fucking street peasant performers. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I've done street shows as well, but it's just really funny to think like we really had no business training in this post-secondary school. And the things they emphasize just seem so strange in hindsight. And that's relatable across a lot of fields. People getting these degrees and diplomas and all these fucking disciplines that it's like, yo, you could just learn this shit on YouTube and do it yourself. Now, I am not anti-education. If it is your want to pursue higher learning, go for it. I just think that it needs to be, a well thought out acquisition. If you're going to go after something, it should be well thought out and, talk to people and get a good sense of things. Don't be just corralled into a path of higher learning education because that's what they tell you. It has to be of benefit to you, and you have to know the stakes. Because I didn't know the stakes when I went. Number one, I didn't want to learn anything about singing and dancing. So that should have been a red flag for me to begin with. It's like 2/3 of the program, I would say more like it was the vast majority of the program was singing and dancing, which I'm not interested in professionally. I'm not a singer. I'm not a dancer. I can dink around with it if I have to for a role, but it's not something that I care about at all. Whereas acting was my main focus and is my main focus. Well, one of them, As a performer, you wear many hats, but, it's getting long-winded here. Suffice to say, in the world of higher learning, to any of y'all youngins, any of y'all munchkins out there, or any of y'all 58-year-olds going back to school, whatever the fuck it is, You got to be aware of what you're getting into, ask the right questions, weigh the pros, weigh the cons, and don't feel corralled into or backed into a corner by the prospect of education. You know? Hallelujah. So there you have it, folks. Jonathan Ramcharan, actor extraordinaire. See, I fuck lines up and all the time. I guess I really didn't learn anything. Actor extraordinaire. Coffee break, Bowls. Don't mind me, Bowls. Oh.